Sure. We're here in Ohio today, obviously to meet with leadership to begin the process of getting the regulatory body established, and we're here to let the state know that we're willing to work with them on making sure that we put together a regulatory structure that can instill a public trust and confidence in the gaming industry in the state of Ohio. And it's just an introductory meeting, and we're anxious to get started, and we're anxious to start moving forward, both here in Toledo and in Columbus. And I know Dan's going to speak specifically about similar interest in Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Did you ask him for anything? Did he ask you for anything?
No, it's just about a very high-level discussion about moving the process forward and establishing the regulatory structure and making sure that we work as partners together.
Yeah, but talk just for a minute about what has to happen with things like commission, the legislation, some of those things that you need to move forward on.
Well, clearly the first thing that has to happen is the establishment of a regulatory body to do the investigation of Penn Gaming and also of the Rock Group, to make sure all the background checks are done, just like it's done in every other state that has legalized commercial gaming. And that process is going to take some time. It's not quick. We did talk a little bit about the process. It typically takes 6 to 9 months, as states have shown, to get the regulatory process set up to license everybody. And as the referendum suggested, once the applicants get licensed, that's when the $50 million payments per site go to the state of Ohio. And then we talked a little bit about the process of the development and getting everything up and running. And like I said last week when I was here in Columbus, it's our hope and expectation that we can have something up and running in the 2012 timeframe.
The governor said about an hour ago that he was deeply concerned about Franklin County in particular, and the fact that 60% of the vote did not go your way in Franklin County. Did that come up at all? And is your expectation that the casino is a go in the arena district?
In the referendum, the site was specifically hardwired into the referendum, so there's no flexibility on the site at all. And it's our job, as I said last week, and I'll say it again today, it's our job to dispel the myths and lies that were communicated by the opposition to this referendum, that we're going to be a good business partner, we're going to create very good jobs, we're going to create a lot of energy in the downtown area here. And we've got a lot of time and effort planned over the next couple months to reach out to the business community, to the leaders here in Columbus, to make that happen.
There's talk about a May ballot amendment to perhaps exempt Columbus from this casino or give Columbus the option to move it. Is that anything you'd be open to?
There was no discussions on that at all today.
Tim, could you say your name, spell it for us?
Sure. It's Tim Wilmott, W-I-L-M-O-T-T, President and Chief Operating Officer, Penn National.
Tim, will there be similar meetings with the mayor of Columbus and with the business community that you mentioned, particularly again in Franklin County, to try to solidify your stand here?
Absolutely. We're going to reach out to everyone that has an interest in our development here in Columbus and try to let everyone know that we want to be as inclusive as we possibly can to get their input to make this development as successful as it possibly can be, not just for ourselves, but for the rest of the Columbus community.
Okay, Tim.
What do you think you accomplished today?
We introduced ourselves to the governor and let the governor know that we're willing to work with the state of Ohio to make sure that the state and the casino industry do it right and make sure the regulatory structure is set up so that, as I said before, the public can have great comfort that this is being done the right way.
Have you been happy with the response you've been getting, not just from the governor, but from legislative leaders as well?
So far, so good.
Okay. Yeah, same spot.
Sure. I'll just say that I don't want to repeat what Tim said exactly, but just tell you that we echo all of the sentiments. And the first part of the meeting was pretty much spent on the Keep LeBron in Ohio campaign that we're all doing.
Right. And how's that going?
That's going pretty good. And after that, we got into the other stuff. But again, it was just it was a great meeting, and it was a meeting where we want to make sure that the governor knew that we are going to be very open. This is going to be a process where we want to take everybody's feedback, opinion, and try to incorporate and deliver what we said we're going to deliver, and we're adamant that we're going to do that.
You're in a building where some state legislators are talking about putting a May issue on the ballot that could do all sorts of things, including up your tax rate, put the license fees out for bids and so forth. What's your reaction when you hear that?
All we can do is say, look, the voters of Ohio have already had their say and approved the amendment, and we're looking forward to diving in and moving full steam ahead and dispelling a lot of the myths and lies that we're told about the amendment itself and gaming, throughout the campaign. So, if that truly were to become a reality, obviously we'd have to look at it at the time. But right now, we're just, we believe that we're moving full steam ahead on what was approved by the voters.
Can you tell us what your expectations are on Lyle Berman's involvement, particularly in the Cincinnati casino?
Well, Lyle Berman is an experienced person in gaming, from our standpoint, and so, certainly as we talk to other gaming operators across the country or in other parts of the country who may help us or help us manage and everything, having a guy like that who's in a minority position on our team to, know all the knowledge and the workings of the other side and make sure that things are done right in the right way. He'll be, advisory, consultory type of role, but certainly, in no way, shape, in a management role.
Thinking back, was there concern that you would release that information before the election? I guess he came on board 5 or 6 days before the vote. Was there concern that that would get out?
Well, no, we were focused on the election and running very, very hard on that, and so there were people on the team, on our team, on the whole initiative who were talking to him, and he expressed interest, but nothing even came close to happening until I think a few days before. I don't know the exact date.
What happens next on your side of things?
Well, we're focused in Cleveland and in Cincinnati on the construction and the engineering, architectural, meeting with all the business folks and the citizens and all the groups, the unions, everybody, NAACP and just all the people that were supportive and people even who were not supportive, just to get their feedback. And we want to do this the right way. We told the governor, we tell everybody, look, we have gaming now in Ohio. What we have to do is do it the right way where it positively affects the communities the most and creates the most jobs. And create something very special for all 4 cities.
And how was the governor's reception to that?
The governor was very cordial and had a few questions. We kept it at a high level, and we expressed our position of just being cooperative and reaching out to everybody we can to make this process as easy and smooth and get going and get the jobs and construction going here as soon as possible.
And your timeline for that, both in Cincinnati and Cleveland?
Well, we think that if everything goes the way we think it will go, that you'll be close to a year of engineering, architectural drawings and all that, and hopefully have a shovel in the ground by the end of 2010. And from there, it's probably a 18, 22-month construction phase.
Do you think the passage of this issue in any way opened up slot machines at horse tracks, or do you think it's just exactly the opposite, that the slot machines would have to be at your casino?
I haven't really thought that much about it. I don't think it maybe helped or hurt it. I think we always looked at it as independent type initiatives, and keep in mind that there's other states that have a lot more casinos than the ones that were approved here that have smaller populations. So this is all an opinion and conjecture, but I'm not sure it helped or hurt it. I tend to think it's sort of neutral.
The governor signed the LeBron petition?
No, he's going to head up the whole committee.
Okay.
We told him. So no, hopefully it'll work out.
Very good.